and welcome to our Tropical Oasis Fun Fold card making kit. This kit includes some pretty cool folds. This one here, easel zigzag, double easel zigzag fold, I think it's called, that one. And then this one's a Z fold, a standard Z fold. And this one is, I forget what that fold's called, whoops. And I've made it into a little card that way. And this is a little fold I made up myself with just a little tab to tuck underneath the flowers there. Okay. Alright, now we'll start on the big peacock card. Alright, so here's your card base. There's a standard card base over like that. And then you've got your extra doubles Z fold on the front like that. Okay, so that just sticks on the front. I'll just pop this card here so you can see what I'm doing. Rightio, so you can just begin straight off by putting the glue on the back of that one there and put it right in the center of your card there. Okay, inside the card is some Mango Melody and white and one strip of this gorgeous paper. So let's do that before we get started distracted with all the other papers we've got. Okay, so the Mango Melody down first. There's an amazing contrast between the pretty peacock and the Mango Melody. There we are, and white for your writing panel. And then these beautiful birds of paradise and umbrella leaves, they look like to me, umbrella tree leaves. There we go. Okay, that's the inside of the card done. Now onto all the other bits and pieces. So you have paper and Mango Melody for the front, and then doesn't actually have to be there, but I put it there as well, and then paper Mango Melody for the largest section. Okay, so let's just put all them on. Okay. This card is not particularly tricky, but it looks pretty amazing because of the double Z fold. And I think the colours really make it look amazing too. This has been I think my absolute favourite paper out of the mini catalogue this time. Now which way is up? I think that way might be up. There we go. Alright, there's the card done. Basically, that's the card done. For the greetings, now I won't put mine on because I've got to stamp it. You can choose whatever you want to stamp. So I've got a leaf for the stamping at the front and the everyday label. So those ones there. And these two bits of burlap twine, I have pulled them apart at each end, give it a bit more texture and fun. And the best way I find to stick ribbon on and this burlap twine is to use my tear and tape onto my cardstock, because I can make sure it's a nice straight line, and it's easy to take the backing off the tape on cardstock than it is on ribbon. Okay, then stick that on, and then when I've stamped my greeting, I'll just pop that over the top using some dimensionals probably, and then this one here down there we go, and then the same with the leaf. Okay, right, so that's the first card done. Here's the next one we'll do. Now this fold I sort of made up based on the amount of paper I had. I really wanted to use this lovely paper, but I had very little left to create 4 card kits for everybody. So I was looking at my cardstock thinking, how am I going to do this? So I cut a piece of cardstock exactly to fit the paper I had, and then to use as much of the paper as possible, I thought, well, I can have a little overlap like that. So we'll start off like that. And that goes, I'll just pop this here so that I can see my edge of my cardstock. It's a bit hard to see. There we go, like that. Now, and this one goes down the side here, but I wanted it to be a bit more interesting for you. So this is the piece of cardstock that was cut off the edge of the whole cardstock. So I've scored that and used it to make a little tag, or a sealing mechanism. So just line that up on the edge of my card there, and put the paper over the top to anchor it. There we go. So there's a little bit there while I'm still there. This is the piece in the centre for the writing. Okay. Now, on my flap here, I've done the same trick with the burlap twine. I'll pop that on there. Pull the edges, make it exciting, full of texture and drama. I just like the look of it. I think it's really cool. Pop that like that. Now, here's my greeting. Again, I haven't stamped that. For this piece here, what you need to do is snip it in half and then stick it either side of your greeting panel like that. Okay, I'll just show you what I mean. There, hold it nice and steady and have a look at your measurements. See how it looks. Then you can mount that over the top with your dimensionals. See? So you got a gap in the middle there. All right, and then for the anchor, for my little tag here, I've cut. This is all I've got left of this beautiful hibiscus paper. Now these need to go on. I've already fussy cut mine. Yours will just be a piece of the paper. You'll have to fussy cut it out. You need to put some dimensionals to create your anchor, and there's the piece there. Some of the flowers are together. You'll have to work out what you want to do with the paper that you've been given. So I might chop off this little hibiscus here because it's not working for me. There we go. That's better. So there we go. Got my 2 little hibiscus there that I can use for my closure. That's for my greeting. And then a little bit extra from the paper I cut out, and it can go on the inside. Now in your card making kit as well, I've added a few enamel dots. Mine's got some Grapefruit Grove one, but your enamel dots are Call Me Clover, which will go better with the card. Okay, so that's the second card done. Here's the third one in this fun diagonal fold. This is another paper I thought was just so delicious, literally, because it's got fruit all over it. Look at that. You need 2 pieces to make your cool fold there. And this is the base here on there. So I'm just going to, because I love the paper so much, this is the opening section. So we're going to stick Put that on like that, and then put the paper over the top so we can just love the paper and enjoy it. But before we start that, let's start on these little guys here. So you need to fold both of the 4-inch square pieces in half diagonally. 1, 2, and then one flap come over back to meet the side, and the other flap over back to meet the side. Okay, right, and then we're going to stick them on the back triangle. Line it up. It should fit exactly with the length of your card here. Okay, now you'll get a teeny tiny, see a little teeny tiny point there. Just going to trim that off. And then the same with the other one. Good grief, what have I done here? This way. And trim off that little corner just there. Just the tiniest bit. There we go. Okay. So there's the front of your card there. And inside is a little greeting panel, okay? So glue that down. There you go. Okay, so there's that bit. Now we're going to stick all of the back of that into the very center of my card here. And then over the top of that, stick this gorgeous, oh, run out of paper, run out of glue. You just have to put a refill in. That's my cell refill. Oh dear, what a mess. Bit more glue there. Sounds different when it's full, doesn't it? Okay, pop that right over the top. And then a bit more of a writing panel on the inside. Okay, so there's the card. And then for the front of the card, I've done the same fun detail with the burlap trim. I've used that on all of these projects for this kit. And that's going to go on top of this piece of mint macaron. So I use my tear and tape. Pop down the burlap trim over the top. And then I've already done my greeting on this one. I'm going to use some dimensionals, one on either side, so that it straddles the burlap trim. And then to stick that on there, because it's opening up, we only want glue on one side. So I'm going to flip that over and just put my glue on that side. And then that's that one done. Okay. And then the lucky last one, the Z fold with all these cool cars all over it. This card requires a little bit of fussy cutting as well. There's once again the burlap, your greetings, happy birthday, and the panels. Right, and this one here is going to be the front bit Well, before we start that, how about we just put the card together, the back piece back together again. So there's the card there. First of all, we've got our soft sea foam. Right there, and a little piece of paper on the very edge. This one's part of the writing panel in the very centre. This is a fun fold, this Z fold. I used it just recently to make a really cool dinosaur card. Okay, now this one sticks on the front here, but I just wanted to tell you something. When you put this piece on, you might lose this little card. So if you're really keen, because you don't need it, excuse me, you can actually cut out your little car. I'm going to chop off the surfboard to put elsewhere on your card. Okay. So I could put that up here, perhaps so it looks like it's coming from, or down there a bit because my greeting goes up there. I want it to be a little bit higher than this bit will be. So if I pop it there, there we go, it's a bit more interest on my card. Okay, so now I've got rid of that bit that no one will ever know about because it's underneath where the other bits of cardstock go. Pop that on the front. That's only if you want to do that extra, of course. Now this piece here, your Z fold, is exactly the same measurements, but you just put it in a different orientation. Now before we stick that on, this one is going on there, and what I did with mine is that I fussy cut along the edge to give it a bit more realism than just an ordinary straight stretch. So all of the papers will be slightly different. It's up to you how you want to trim it along and what detail you want to keep, how many trees you wish to keep. Okay. If you can, try to give it a little bit of realism on the edges rather than just a flat edge. Oh, I just about chopped off the old surfboard again. I'm going to make that a small tree. Rightio. So there's my fairly rapid chopping there. Now I'm going to choose which way I'm going. Now the paper is slightly longer than the cardstock, so choose which end you want to chop off, and I'm going to stick that right on the very edge of my cardstock all the way along. To the very end. Okay, now trim that bit because you won't need that bit. And you can also choose to trim your little bits of balmy blue cardstock if you wish. Okay. Now I have pre-folded my cardstock, which will make it easier when you've stuck your paper on for you if you've already folded your cardstock, because it'll help the other go into place. Righto, now to put this on here. Now I will trim off this little bit of blue here. I wonder if I've just left not quite enough underneath for that bit, so I'll leave that bit there perhaps. Alright, so now to glue this one on, all of the last piece gets glued down, so all of that bit and just this half of that bit there. Okay, so this one down first, right up against the edge there. And then while it's all nice and flat and folded, stick that bit on there. Okay, there you go. There's my all blue, no red cards on my card. And then time for the fun burlap and the greetings. Okay, once again, pulling the burlap apart, give it some interest. You can pull it all apart and make it fun and exciting. Okay, on this one, which one's longer? This one. And then put my panel there for my happy birthday, and I'll just cover up that bit of blue cardstock I don't want to show, because I want to show off the gorgeous paper. It's so cool. There, and I won't stick on the happy birthday, but that goes on there. And then this one over here, and on that section is the aloha. Okay, or if you want it for a specific person, you could even write their name there. Okay, so there you have it, the 4 Tropical Oasis Fun Fold cards. I hope you enjoy that project. Bye.